Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2024 Hall of Fame induction ceremony. My name is Scott Fowlis, and I'm the Interim Director of Athletics here at American International College. It is both an honor and a privilege to join you tonight as we induct the class of 2024 into the AIC Athletics Hall of Fame. To start, I would like to take a moment to recognize the esteemed members of our Hall of Fame who have returned tonight from previous induction classes to celebrate and support this year's inductees. Since the establishment of our Hall of Fame, including our charter members, we have inducted 108 extraordinary individuals and 3 teams across 11 induction classes. Each of you has left an indelible mark on AIC, and your ongoing commitment to the college and its student athletes is both recognized and deeply valued. Your legacy serves as a beacon for our current and future student athletes, setting the gold standard for excellence on and off the field. Would all members of our prior Hall of Fame induction classes who are here with us tonight please stand and be recognized? Thank you. Tonight, we proudly add 7 individuals and 3 teams to the AIC Athletics Hall of Fame. This is the highest honor our athletic department can bestow upon an individual, signifying not only excellence in competition, but also excellence in embodying the very best of American International College and the values we stand for. Like those who came before them, tonight's inductees set an incredibly high standard for current and future Yellow Jackets to aspire to, leaving an impact that echoes far beyond the final whistle. Let us first reflect on the 3 teams we are honoring tonight. Each was the first in AIC history within their respective sports to achieve the title of champions. These teams overcame immense challenges, defied long odds, and faced adversity head-on, proving that a Yellow Jacket has the resilience and tenacity to triumph over any opponent in any circumstances. Now, consider the 7 individuals we are inducting this evening. Of the 6 who were student athletes, many served as team captains, inspiring their peers and leading their teams to success. They have been celebrated with countless awards and set program records, many of which remain unbroken today. Their contributions brought AIC recognition and success at the conference, regional, and national levels. In every sense, this group represents the elite of the elite, a testament to what it means to be a Yellow Jacket at the highest level. They exemplify the greatness we strive for and serve as an inspiration to the world of what AIC can achieve at its very best. Now let us shift our focus to where it belongs, on tonight's inductees. As I call each name, I ask that the inductee please stand. Following the introduction of each inductee, I will read their bio. Once your bio is complete, please make your way to the stairs on the left side of the stage. A video will play that highlights your story and achievements. We ask that you wait until the video concludes before crossing the stage to formally receive your award, marking the official moment of induction. Without further ado, let us begin. Our first inductee is Coach Wally Barlow. Wally Barlow, who represented Great Britain in wrestling at the 1936 Olympics, has since passed away, leaving behind a legacy of excellence in athletics. After coming to the United States, he served as the head trainer for the Springfield Indians of the American Hockey League for 12 years, winning 3 consecutive Calder Cups from 1960 to 1962. He then became the much respected and beloved athletics trainer at American International College, a position he held for 24 years. Barlow also stepped behind the bench as the head coach of the ice hockey team for 2 seasons, from 1970 to 1972, mentoring players like Mark Busquet, class of 72, and Kevin Collins, class of 72, both of whom are also honored in the AIC Hall of Fame. His dedicated service to the college had a tremendous positive impact on countless student athletes, and he is remembered fondly by all who knew him.
You can always remember Wally being available for all the sports. Because you know what, when we were an athlete on campus, we kind of supported the other sports. I remember going to the girls' volleyball. I played basketball, going to the football games. Wally was always there to support everybody. He came into your practice. He was always in the training room. He was always doing raps and doing things. And he was just a sweet, sweet man. Even back then, he was just such a sweet guy.
I think, we're talking about Wally Barlow. I think he's the one that got me he got me a session with the Springfield Indians. He says, they want you with the Springfield Indians. He said, you should go practice there for a couple of times.
Just his personality of always being positive, smiling, happy, loved life. The guy loved life. So I was really happy to hear that he was going to be inducted into this Hall of Fame. He's a top-notch.
Very direct. Got a question, you get an answer. You might not like it, but you're going to get it. It's going to be real. I didn't have all that. I mean, Wally was accessible, and if you wanted to use his skills, fine. If you didn't, it was fine too. He treated you like an adult. It was, you weren't a youngster in high school. You were an adult with Wally.
Wally was special. Wally always had a smile on his face. I never saw that man in a bad mood. He was very, very dedicated. He loved AIC, and that's the kind of atmosphere that's created around a place like this that leads to success. He was very professional. He knew his trade for sure, and we were fortunate to have him.
Please welcome Coach Barlow's grandchildren, Dawn Barba and Kelly Burke, onto the stage to accept his award. Our next honoree is Jeptui Cheritich. Jeptui Cheritich, class of 2014, was a standout member of American International College's women's cross-country and women's track and field teams from 2009 to 2013. She was a 3-time NE10 cross-country athlete of the year, winning the individual title in 2010, 2011, and 2012, the first 3 titles in program history. In 2012, she became the first All-American in AIC's history for women's cross-country. In addition to her cross-country success, Cheritich earned 8 individual Northeast 10 conference titles in indoor and outdoor track and field across various distance races. She also qualified for the National Collegiate Athletic Association Championships 6 times, 3 each in cross-country and track. For her exceptional contributions and record-breaking performances, Cheritich is being inducted into the American International College Athletics Hall of Fame, leaving a lasting legacy in both women's cross country and track and field at AIC.
So I love winning. So being able to win a lot of races, I didn't like the training part, to be sincere. I don't like the training part, but the winning, that was something I like. So it's more like mental. So being able to win and being able to see like the program progressing, and I had a lot of, with the teammates, we were very close. My cross-country track and field ladies, we were very tight. We were like a family. I was a distant runner, and sometimes we do like sprinting. I'm not good in like short distance. So when we do a workout like the sprinters, so those people who are good in sprinting will push me through, accelerate and help me with the speed aspect of it. When it comes to the long distance running, when we are doing like mile repeats, I will be helping them, pulling them, those who are like short distance runners. So it's, as much as it is an individual, at the end of the day, it was a teamwork. Like you have to work together as a team. So everyone bring their own, like the talents, the short distance, the long distance runner. We help each other as a team.
I think, again, it goes back to just being, great young people. They came in, they were able to help us build the family atmosphere as we were growing in size, maintaining that team culture of coming together, working hard, being great ambassadors of the program on campus, out on the course, on the track. They were just really great to work with. They worked really hard academically and athletically. Just made my job pretty easy because they worked so hard and able to bring up the level of the program.
It was the best feeling ever, like, thinking like, wow, us together, as an individual, but we are a couple. It was a very good feeling. Like, I'm looking forward into that day, getting inducted together with my husband and the other inductees too.
Please welcome Jeptui Cheretich onto the stage to accept her award. Our next inductee is Glarius Ropp. Glarius Ropp, class of 2014, dominated the men's cross country and track and field scene at American International College from 2009 to 2013, earning a remarkable 12 All-American honors, the most in program history at the time. Among his standout performances were 4 national runner-up finishes, earning silver twice in the outdoor 10,000 meters and once each in the indoor and outdoor 5,000 meters. Ropp secured 11 Northeast 10 conference titles overall, including 3 in cross country and 8 in track and field. He was named NE10 Runner of the Year in both 2009 and 2011 and received the prestigious 2013 President's Cup at the college. For his extraordinary achievements and contributions to AIC athletics, Glarius Ropp is being inducted into the AIC Athletics Hall of Fame, cementing his legacy as one of the greatest in the program's history.
I remember the first me when I ran. I took off, and I think in less than a minute, I was ahead of everybody. And that one changed everything in my mindset. I knew I would always be a champion. I'll always be a front runner. At some point, they gave me the name Spoiler because I would always not run like anybody else. At the start of the race, I would be ahead of everybody. Like I was not gonna finish the race because I was so aggressive the first few meters. I would try to pull the team, not in a way in terms of distance, but I would try to string pull them, and maybe if I had to do more towards the end, and at the end of the day, I gave the team the energy they need. And at the same time, towards the end, I would still do my portion to keep up with my ability.
You know, knowing where they come from, I think as a coach, you get to know the kids really well, how hard they work, where they've come from, what it means to them. And they're very humble, worked really hard. Again, I keep going back to their work ethic. But Jenny, when someone works really hard and their success, you know, comes through with that work ethic, you know, it's really easy to root for. And I think their teammates, the school was behind them, their professors were behind them, their classmates were behind them. And just want to say thank you for your time here, working really hard and representing us at a high level. And congratulations. It's amazing. You know, you did a lot of great work, a lot of hard workouts, a lot of commitment, and it's very well deserved.
I've had my friends, we graduated, we ran at national level, different colleges. They've had an opportunity, but I guess my chance was coming. I really want to appreciate, and I'm very excited for the selection. It means a lot to me and to my family.
Please welcome Glarius onto the stage to accept this award. Our next inductee is Mark Cordero. Mark Cordero, class of 1990, put together an astounding four-year career with the American International College football team from 1986 to 1989, compiling 5,007 all-purpose yards while playing both quarterback and fullback. He was named New England Division II Offensive Player of the Year in 1988 as a quarterback, throwing for 22 touchdowns and rushing for 7 more in just 9 games. Cordero repeated as the award winner the following year, despite switching positions. In 1990, he was honored with the President's Trophy and the Alumni Football Award, given to the team's most outstanding senior that year. For his remarkable achievements and contributions to AIC football, Mark Cordero is being inducted into the American International College Athletics Hall of Fame, leaving a lasting legacy in the program's history.
My freshman year is the year I remember the most. We had a good football team. It was probably the best team I played on the 4 years, actually 4.5 years that I was here. Coach was a kind person. He knew the X's and O's. He was very good at the X's. He was a great teacher. I just wanted to get on the field. I told Coach, I'll just put me anywhere. So my freshman year, my redshirt sophomore year, I was at receiver. And I got on the field at receiver. On my sophomore year, they moved me to running back. And I played the year at running back. I was at quarterback my junior year. Then my senior year comes, and we had 2 young freshmen. They were studs. They were talented. They could play. They could throw. And he said we weren't very deep at running back. So he asked me if I'd like to go back to running back, and I did. President's Cup is an elite award. I mean, it could have went to anyone. I know it's an award, an individual award, but it's really not. I could have never received that without my teammates. I mean, my teammates, I give them all the credit. You know, we had a good offensive line, and we had a receiver, Alan Montero, and I had a connection with him. And you hear this all the time with quarterbacks and receiver. I would look out to him, and I would already know how he was going to run the route, and I would throw the ball before he made his cut. And I think he broke a record in touchdowns that year, that receiver. I was excited. I couldn't believe it, really. I couldn't believe it was so. I mean, I hadn't been here in so long. I played in the '80s, the late '80s, and that you would actually be remembered. I don't know how they came up with my name or what I did, because it was so long ago, you know. But I thank the committee, and I thank for the individuals that chose me, you know, for the Hall of Fame. I really do.
Please welcome Mark Cordero onto the stage to receive this award. Our next inductee is Yves Derome. Yves Derome, class of 1970, was the captain and a key player on the 1969 Eastern College Athletic Conference East Championship team, marking the first title in the program's two-decade history. While leading the team, he won the William Conniff Award in 1969, scoring an impressive 124 points in just 58 games over 3 seasons with the varsity squad. His scoring included 86 career assists, which set a program record at the time and still stands as the highest total for the Yellow Jackets as of his induction. For his outstanding contributions and leadership, Yves Derome is being inducted into the American International College Athletics Hall of Fame, solidifying his legacy in the program's history.
Coach Shorey put me in front because I was the best skater on the team, and he told the other guys, catch him. He could never catch me, but these guys were working their ass off, I'll tell you. They were working hard. And when we played, line against line, I made sure that everybody knew what, rough play was all about. I came from that environment. I knew how to handle it. So when we got into games, we had the confidence like you just wouldn't believe.
And back in those days, we didn't have the luxury of having our own rink or our own locker room. And there were 6 or 7 of us who didn't have cars. They needed to pile into the back of a Volkswagen bus every night to drive to Wilson Academy just to practice. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, drive home, go to class the next day. Yves drove the bus. He was the jack of all trades. He was always there. I mean, he just did what he needed to do, and he led by example, which is what you're looking for in a real good captain.
I don't know if he did this consciously or not, but I don't know anybody that had a bad word to say about him. He wasn't a prima donna. He was a leader. He was what we needed.
So they knew where I came from. They knew how I played hockey. They knew I could handle myself. So at one point in time, I think there's the respect. I respected them, and in return, they respected me. And they say, we want you as a captain. I says, coach, I don't need that. I don't want that. I can just be an example to all these guys. And if they do half of what I do in terms of training hard and everything, no problem.
Please welcome Yves Derome onto the stage to accept this award. Our next inductee is Jim Roy. Jim Roy, class of 1984, was a force on both the mound and at the plate during his 4-year career with the American International College baseball team from 1981 to 1984. He earned first team All-NE10 honors in 1981 and 1984, leading the NE10 in RBIs in both 1983 and 1984. Roy was the leader of the 1984 baseball team, which was among the most successful in the program's history. Overall, he hit .344 in 425 at-bats as a Yellow Jacket, recording 146 hits, 126 runs batted in, 22 home runs, and 100 runs scored. Additionally, he compiled a 3.70 earned run average across 12 pitching appearances in his final 3 seasons. For his remarkable contributions to AIC baseball, Roy is being inducted into the American International College Athletics Hall of Fame, leaving a lasting legacy in the program's history.
My freshman year, I made varsity, so I was a 4-year starter, which was unusual back then, but there was another gentleman as a freshman, Jim Van Houten, who was a freshman that we kind of looked after each other and hung around with, being the only freshman. But as freshmen, the seniors and juniors and sophomores on the team took us under their wing. I really couldn't tell you one person because they were all just supportive of all of us. Coach Bedard just knew the game of baseball inside and out, but he was also a father figure. He was calming. He really got to know his players very well. We could go to him for anything. You know, scholastically, if we had issues, great advice there. Athletically, he knew what it took to become that professional athlete that we all wanted to be because he was in that position once before. So all of that together, I think, rounded out my decision why I want to come to AIC. I think it's all about patience at the plate, knowing the strike zone, and being able to really mentally understand if you're on a 2-2 count or a 3-2 count, trying to figure out what that next pitch is going to be and be prepared. It was a big 4 years of my life here. Athletics is a big part of my life. I've shared it with all of my family, my 3 children, my wife of almost 40 years now. We dated through college here at AIC, and just a fantastic feeling. Everybody was very excited and can't wait to be inducted.
Please welcome Jim Roy onto the stage to accept this award. Our next inductee is Kimberly Steiner. Kim Steiner, class of 2012 and graduate class of 2014, was the backbone of the American International College field hockey team's run to back-to-back National Collegiate Athletic Association tournament appearances, the first 2 in program history. As the goalkeeper from 2008 to 2011, she set program records for games played, games won, and total saves, as well as single-season win and save percentage records in 2010. A 2-time National Field Hockey Coaches Association All-American, Steiner was named first-team All-American in 2010 and received the team's Most Outstanding Player Award for both 2010 and 2011. As a graduate student, she also earned a U.S. Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association All-Region honor in the pole vault for track and field in 2013. Additionally, she won the F.J. Maloney Award from AIC in 2012 as the college's most outstanding female student athlete over her career. For her exceptional contributions to AIC athletics, Steiner is being inducted into the American International College Athletics Hall of Fame, solidifying her legacy in the program's history.
So I applied to a couple different schools. I wanted a college that had criminal justice and psychology, and I also wanted one that had field hockey along with some track and field. And AIC matched along with some other colleges. I reached out to the coach, and she had me come over for an overnight and watch practice and everything, and seemed to click a lot more than other schools that I had visited. One of the most memorable ones was the first time I got put in for a game. I think it was at Holyoke College, and Coach said, "Steiner, you're going in." I was like, couldn't believe it. I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting to be on the bench for the first year. So when she threw me in, I was a bit nervous, but like I had practiced with everybody, so like I had that that team essence, that they had my back and I could be confident with them since I practiced with them and everything. But it was awesome. It was nothing like what I expected. I actually did track and field in my undergrad a year or two. It wasn't anything crazy. It was just being with the team and competing. It was to help stay in shape and also to build even more relationships with other people. I met a lot of friends through track and field, and we did a lot of team bonding with track and field too, so that was good.
So she came in, she was super interested in vaulting. She, had said she had some experience, and we had a great coach. And, pairing them up and giving Kim the experience of working with a good coach and her work ethic, obviously in field hockey came through and track as well. So no surprise Kim was successful. They were very proud to represent AIC. Kim in 2 sports, Galerius and Jep 2 and 3 with cross country, indoor and outdoor track. And I believe the friendships they made, the bonds they made, I think that's what makes AIC very successful. But I think that's why that made them work so hard to represent themselves and their team at a very high level.
Please welcome Kim Steiner onto the stage to receive this award. Our next inductees are the 1969 ice hockey team. The 1969 men's ice hockey team was the program's first champion, winning the same day as the 1969 men's basketball team claimed its first title, as the Yellow Jackets defeated Norwich 8-6 to secure the ECAC East crown. Led by Captain Yves Jerome, class of 1970, the Yellow Jackets featured a roster of remarkable players, including rookie Dave Forbes, class of 1971, who would later become AIC's first player to reach the NHL with the Boston Bruins, and 3-time All-ECAC selection Gary Sosha, class of 1969. The team was coached by the legendary AIC Athletic Hall of Famer William Turner Sr., class of 1949, whose leadership helped pave the way for the program's success. For their historic achievements and contributions to AIC athletics, the 1969 men's ice hockey team is being inducted into the American International College Athletics Hall of Fame, leaving a lasting legacy in the program's history.
Once we beat all 3 Division I teams that we played, you really kind of had a sense that it was going to happen this year. The previous year, we lost in the semifinals. We almost were in the same spot 2 years in a row. But you kind of knew that it was going to be something special if we could all come together and do what we needed to do and make 69 what it was.
I don't know that we would say that playoffs, we were just competitive with everybody, and everybody had a role. There were the stars, they were good, and they were very good. And there were the role players, and it worked out pretty good.
Coach Turner he's hand-selected that team to win that game. That was his baby. And when that happened, it was just like, well, we did it. We came together and we were able to do it. We won, and nobody can take it away from you. There are 2 things that people can't take away from you. One is your education, and 2 is the championship that you've earned.
You're just together the whole year. Yeah, sure. That's easy. Then, you had a different relationship with everybody. You learned a lot.
We did what we needed, came together, we did what we needed to do, and we got the job done. And nobody will ever be able to take that away from us. That's special.
I'll tell you what, playing some of those guys that practice every day, damn, they were good.
I'd like to thank the Hall of Fame committee and the college, for this honor, and congratulate all the other inductees, this evening as well, because it's about accomplishment, and it means a lot.
Please welcome the 1969 men's ice hockey team onto the stage to accept their award. Our next inductees, the 1978-1979 softball team. The 1978-79 softball teams dominated the Massachusetts Association for Intercollegiate Athletics for Women in historic fashion. Coached by Hall of Fame coach Judy Groff, the Yellow Jackets won back-to-back titles, finishing with a remarkable combined record of 34-5 over the two seasons. The 1978 squad was led by Deborah Rogg, class of 1978, who co-captained alongside Kimberly Mortara, Kaplanis, class of 1978. After starting the season 2-3, the team rattled off 15 straight wins, including a perfect 3-0 showing at the MAIAW Championship. The following year saw even greater success as the team finished with a 17-2 record. 4 players hit over 400, and 2022 Hall of Fame inductee Christine Leone, class of 1982, threw 2 no-hitters during the MAIAW Championship. For their outstanding achievements and contributions to AIC athletics, the 1978-79 softball teams are being inducted into the AIC Athletics Hall of Fame, solidifying their legacy in the program's history.
Well, everything for softball starts with Judy, so it was always Judy. Many people have said it. Judy was a great coach on the field, but a mentor and a friend off the field as well.
I came in hoping to secure second base because that's what I knew. And I loved the infield, I loved the action. And second base wasn't available. I had to work, I tried out for second base, but the gal that was there before, her name was Vera, she beat me out for that. And so hence, I'm in the outfield. Now, I'd played outfield before, but it's a whole different scene. So I played left field and center field most of my career here at AIC.
I was a pitcher in that particular game, and it's MVP in the Brandeis game in the year 1976. And means a lot to me because it shows some type of recognition.
The new people coming in were incredibly talented. They were really very good softball players in the field and also batting. It was an amazing experience. You know, we won again. It was It was really nice.
Once you learn to win, you get that behind you, then it was just confidence. And we always had the upper class to look up to give us that confidence. So there was a lot of that going on that really helped. At least for me, it did.
That was just what we did. We worked and we played hard. So, you know, having all these things bestowed upon us now is, it was a surprise. It was a nice surprise, pleasant surprise. Thank you.
Please welcome the 1978-79 softball team onto the stage to accept their award. Our next inductees are the 1976 and 79 volleyball teams. Like the softball squads, the 1976-79 volleyball teams quickly rose to prominence and dominated the Massachusetts Association for Intercollegiate Athletics for Women. They reached the MAIAW tournament for the first time in 1976, just the third season of the program, and won the championship, capping a 7-game win streak. This team was also led by Coach Judy Groff and captained by Deborah Rogg, class of 1978, who led both the volleyball and softball teams. The following year, they set a program record with a 13-5 mark and went on to capture 2 more titles in 1978 and 1979. This remarkable run of 3 championships in 4 years remains unmatched by any AIC volleyball team since. For their outstanding achievements and contributions to AIC athletics as Title IX pioneers, the 1976 and 79 volleyball teams are being inducted into the American International College Athletics Hall of Fame, solidifying their legacy in the program's history.
I just think we had a great group of gals that believed in themselves and in the team, and that what we were trying to do in terms of making volleyball, you know, a varsity sport that other future girls could participate in.
It was amazing. I had never played volleyball before other than in PE class. The level of play was very intense. The team members were wonderful. They were so talented. It was great.
Did I embrace that kind of winning all the time and camaraderie of the gals? Yeah, I did. But we always, I think Coach kind of instilled that we had to work harder. We always had to work harder because you may not win that point, hence that game.
Just being there in that arena was great. It was the results of being able to be with great athletes and a great coach. The feeling was fantastic.
Then as I started to reflect on what we really did at AIC for girls, women, and for the future of varsity sport at AIC, I just felt really humbled, and in my heart, it took me right back to that championship game. And I can still see all of us just hugging and screaming and with excitement of what we really had accomplished. And again, I think we owe a lot of it, most of it actually, to Coach Groff. She was just unbelievable.
Please welcome the 1978-79, 76 through 79 volleyball team onto the stage to accept their award. With that, we have officially inducted the Hall of Fame class of 2024. One more round of applause for these outstanding representatives of AIC and their incredible achievements. Before we conclude tonight's festivities, I want to take a moment to recognize the individuals whose hard work and dedication made this special event possible. First and foremost, my heartfelt thanks to our Hall of Fame committee, chaired by Hall of Famer Rich Bedard, and including two-time Hall of Famer and head women's basketball coach Kristen Hutchinson, Casey Wall, AIC class of 2004, Gregory Shamet, Matthew Johnson, AIC class of 1985, Professor and Faculty Athletic Representative Dr. Jill McCarthy Payne, Coordinator of Athletic Communications Seth Dussault, Director of Annual Giving and Engagement Victoria Pereira, and Vice President for Institutional Advancement Eunice Bragg. This committee undertook the challenging task of selecting our inductees from an incredibly talented pool of candidates, and several members also contributed in other significant ways to tonight's success. A special thank you to Victoria and Eunice for leading the efforts of the Institutional Advancement Office to connect our Hall of Famers and tonight's guests with the college. Seth conducted the interviews that became the wonderful videos we enjoyed this evening, which were expertly produced by Vice President for Marketing and Communications Mike Araquezo, President and Digital and Social Media Coordinator Leon Wynn. Additionally, Graphic designer Ankush Aurora created many of the visually striking postcards and materials for tonight. I'd also like to thank Michael Maresca, our classroom and event technologist, and his team for running tonight's show seamlessly and providing a live stream for those who couldn't attend in person. Thanks as well to Senior Associate Athletic Director Michael Lovato and his staff for managing logistical details that brought this evening to life. Finally, a big thank you to the student athletes on our Student Athlete Advisory Committee, led by their president, Morgan Martellio, for serving as ushers tonight. I hope that each of you takes inspiration from this evening to bring back to your teams. Thank you all for being here tonight to celebrate and honor these remarkable individuals and teams. Please travel home safely, and we look forward to seeing you at many more AIC events in the future. Have a wonderful evening.